History of human most deadly pandemic. If we look at the slide here, the most deadly pandemic in human history was Black Death or bubonic plague. The pandemic killed about 200 million people. The pandemic wiped out 30 to up to 50% of European population, and the continent take many years to recover. The plague started by mouse, and mouse infected fleas, and fleas become a vector, and the vector spread the disease to human. At the time, in 1347 until 1351, the sanitation, the living condition were in bad condition. Okay, they didn't have good healthcare system. They didn't have hospital like we have today. They didn't have the water treatment system. Okay, they didn't have the toilet as we have today. Okay, bad sanitation, and it affect the health of the population, the whole continent actually. And then smallpox in 1520. Okay, smallpox killed 56 million people. Estimated 90% of Native Americans killed by smallpox disease. In Europe, more than 400,000 people, about more than 500,000 people were being killed by smallpox disease annually. Okay, but luckily human created vaccine. Okay, and this vaccine help to prevent or to fight the smallpox. Okay, because smallpox kill millions of people. Okay, this is when science or human know that vaccines is important. Vaccine and vaccination important to save life. And then we have Spanish flu between 1918 to 1919. Okay, kill 40 to 50 millions. Actually, Spanish flu also occur in Southeast Asia, including Malaya at the time, and many people were killed. Okay, people in northern Malaya, in Penang, for example. Okay, because Penang was a port until today also. It is a port, Penang. Okay, people being sick and they died. That was happened. Spanish flu actually affect Southeast Asia, not just in other parts of the world, but especially in Southeast Asia also being affected by Spanish flu. And then back in time, they have plague of Justinian, killed 30 to 50 millions people back in age of Roman Empire. Okay, compared to a more modern pandemic like HIV and AIDS started in 1981 until today, we do not have cure for AIDS. AIDS killed up to 35 million people. AIDS was known as first among the homosexual or LGBT community. However, actually HIV, AIDS, some sort of started within the animals, and then infected the human. Okay, and then another more modern disease or more modern pandemic in 1957 until 1958, Asian flu killed 1.1 million people. Okay, Russian flu 1889 until 1890 killed 1 million people. Hong Kong flu 1968 until 1970 killed 1 million people. Okay, and then we also have the swine flu. Okay, 10 years ago we have swine flu. Swine flu also happened in Malaysia. Okay, and then Ebola happened in Africa, actually killed many people also. And then we have COVID-19, 2019 until today, 1 million people killed by the die of COVID-19, still ongoing pandemic. And we have vaccines now, many kind of vaccines. We have MERS, kill less than 1,000 people, and SARS also kill less 1,000 people. Actually, human or science or people learn a lot when SARS pandemic happened. Started in 2002. We learned a lot about SARS pandemic at the time. And then we have MERS. MERS also, we learn about the MERS diseases. If you look here, back then they didn't have a healthcare system, they didn't have sanitation, they also didn't have knowledge or technology or medical technologies and expertise to combat a pandemic. Today, if the COVID-19 happened in China and COVID-19 happened in Malaysia, for example, virus in China cannot communicate with COVID in Malaysia. The COVID-19 in China cannot communicate with COVID-19 in Malaysia. But healthcare system, okay, doctors, scientists, experts, or government of China can communicate with Malaysia, can communicate with doctor in Malaysia, can communicate with healthcare system in Malaysia, how to combat COVID-19. Okay, that is our advantage against COVID-19. The diseases, they cannot communicate with each other, but human, the doctors, the government, okay, the healthcare, the whole healthcare system can communicate with each other, how we can tackle, how we can combat COVID-19 together.